Hi everyone, thanks for joining us on Tea Time. And you know how we do it right here. We bring you entertainment news, views, analysis, and the latest buzz in local and global entertainment headlines. I'm Tokumbo Taiwo, and I'm here with Elsie Godwin and Ife Oshunkeye. Hi guys.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. First, we should start by saying happy birthday to
again.
Elsie.
Not happy birthday, so
in arrears.
Oh, come on. No, Elsie, let's find out how the day went. Let's find out how the day went.
What did you do? Tell us.
Good. I did. It was good.
You did?
Yeah. She said, you know, I actually asked her earlier, and she said, you know, she had fun, and that a few people came around, and I can imagine they probably came around with gifts, yes, and presents. Yes, and cakes.
You did what? Me, I want to know that thing you did.
Please just talk about Wendy Williams. I'm not telling you
I'm like,
what
seriously,
I did.
Wendy Williams, if what they say is true, then I really don't know what to say, because apparently she served up the divorce papers in
a gift box.
In a gift box.
Was that how you got yours?
I'm not married yet, so I don't know what you're talking about. But I think, I'm beginning to think she knew she was going to do this all along. Like her coming to the show to say all is well was just to lead him on and then give him a present when the baby comes. I don't know, it's just a thought that popped in my head this morning, but it is
dramatic. Good. You like the way she said it?
And then he opened it with excitement. I'm like, what excitement are you still expecting at this stage? Really, dude? So
it would have been like a complete disappointment.
So he was really expecting a gift from Wendy. Gift of what?
Baby.
Well done. Thank you for bringing in a baby from another woman and for cheating on me.
Elsie's not forgiving at all.
I'm very forgiving.
Well, like I said, I think she has just come to that level of acceptance, and then she has gotten to the level of anger, and now this is the level, the stage of let it just go as it is. So at first she was in denial, then later she got angry, she got drunk, she had all that thing going on with her, and then now she has really accepted it, like, look, man, I'm better off without this guy.
Guys,
and
he's now person non grata, right? Or how do they call it? Person
well, on the day that she decided, yes,
he tried to go
she
in.
changed the passcodes and everything, and he was not allowed to sort of go into.
And he threw some tantrums.
Yes, he did throw some tantrums. If you're going to say something else before Elsie came.
I think I lost my train.
All right, guys, I want to bring this in because I just saw this very recently. Apparently, because she actually filed for divorce on Wednesday last week, on the 10th of April, you know, but I was like trying to find out how close this source is, but this source apparently has been reporting to some reporters that Wendy is actually having some regrets and that she's thinking of taking him back. She hasn't yet decided what she's going to do, but that the source says that Wendy is frightened of being alone and that she's been getting calls from Kevin, his family and friends, and that they've all been pressurizing her, you know, not to go ahead with the divorce. So this source is saying she herself is scared to stay alone and blah, blah, blah. So watch this space. This thing can tip over in any way, shape or form or in any direction.
I think this just buttresses my point that the divorce will be more devastating to
Wendy.
Oh, no. I said Kevin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I think she's way richer than he is, and it's going to cost him a lot. Because, like you guys said, he's going to have to be paying child support. When Wendy doesn't come cheap, obviously, so the child support will be enormous. So that's something we all know. So I think this
might not be that, because come to think of it, the child is not a child.
Exactly,
he's
it's an
19,
adult.
So he's an adult. He'll probably not even face that.
Well, okay, true. So if he's 19, then you probably wouldn't even pay child support. So it's going to be what he, because he's a legal adult.
So if he's worried, he's probably worried of not being able to swing her card
and being jobless. Just like what happened with what's this woman that got divorced to her husband that was a manager and he was suing for a lot of money. I can't remember right now. That was suing her for a lot of money. A popular musician, R&B singer.
All right, when you remember, tell us, because we need to move on to our next story.
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay, so it's regarding Ubi Franklin, who brags about impregnating his ex-worker, says 2 more kids to go. When we're talking about his ex-worker, we're talking about, I think it's Nicola, her name, Nicola CEO. She's South African, and I think she was the head of corporate communications at the time that they were working together.
Corporate communications of Pickup. One of his SMEs.
Okay, yes, one of his SMEs.
Are you sure just instant pickup or instant apartment?
Instant pickup.
But then, well, everything is happening instantly, so yeah, it's cool.
People say he went straight from instant pickup to instant belly.
What's interesting is the fact that I think initially he didn't even want to have the baby, but she said she insisted. Yeah.
And then he now comes out to brag.
Exactly about it,
Like
and to
it's
say,
like it's intentional.
yes,
So
I mean,
want to have
I
all the
hate
whole
things
cake.
like that.
No,
Where
why would you guys see? This is one of those stories where we should just drink water and mind our business. Number one, we always have a problem with people. We are never satisfied. We are insatiable. Now, this is a single man, divorced, legally divorced. It is his life. If he decides to have 7 children with 100 women, that's his business.
No, it's like you don't understand where we're coming
I get
from.
where you're coming from. The fact that if he's bragging, if he's bragging about it, he's bragging right.
No, that's not what I'm saying. If he wants to brag, he can brag. But you don't come out and brag when you have actually initially rejected the baby in the first instance.
But you guys don't know the agreement they came to, and maybe it was like, okay, since you want to keep it, fine, I'll take care of the child, and he accepted the child. Do you know that part of the story?
In the initial outset, he was like, no, he doesn't want the baby.
He said he doesn't want the baby, and he probably. I'm not saying this. I'm not saying that
money is not a problem. You know what would you know?
It does so because I have all the money in the world. I'm supposed to take every baby that every woman says is mine.
So you probably
Man up to your
really not getting where
responsibility.
we are coming from.
I am getting where you're coming from.
He is coming up now to say this is his plan. He wants to have how many children? Like have them all now and then be able to have fun with them when he's 40 or is it 50 or thereabouts, right? And that is not something that comes from someone who has initially rejected a child. Like he's making us feel like this.
Make decisions and change their mind.
This is his decision to impregnate as many women as possible that are ready to have his child.
Because he knew you guys will come out with all
I don't know what you're
sorts.
defending, but I don't have a problem in his life, really.
He said, forgotten you wrote a
Exactly.
dirty caption to get comments. Yes, which is what a lot of people would definitely do because he knew people were going to come for him. So he defended himself. He made the decision that he didn't want the child. And he also made the decision that he wants
to judge
the child.
people, you know, regardless
Well, we are judging this brother.
We're not judging him. We're just
if he
saying
had
his caption
accepted
is
then,
not
you know, then I would have accepted what he's saying now.
They are
It's like he
both
planned and
legal
pre-planned it.
adults. She said she was
Yes.
pregnant. It was like, oh,
But he
babe, I have a
rejected.
lot of drama going on right now. Can we not keep this baby?
You know, if I can be very biased, when
Of course.
probably at Ubi's
Can we do
Franklin,
it?
so
Can we
they are
do
in the same
it?
social
Can we do
circle.
it at a later date?
Yes.
And she was like,
Oh,
no,
really?
I need to keep this baby.
Can we do
And
that?
was that what
Hold
happened?
on. You're supposed to tell the baby, pause. You come in when I want it to come
No,
in.
like
come
he
on,
could have
you
traveled
mess.
to America where abortion is legal, and they could have gotten the baby out if they wanted to. Do you understand? And that could have
There's
been
so many countries where you can get legal
that
out.
could have been a suggestion he made to her, and she insisted on keeping the baby. And because they have
we
a
don't
cordial
do that.
exactly.
I'm saying.
So that is what I'm saying. Do not say because he denied the baby.
We are speaking from
then
what
right now.
we
woman
know,
has-
not from what we are assuming.
Well, we
From what
need
we
to
know,
we
we're
need
saying
to
that this
always
caption
give
he put
people
out
a benefit
is not making
of
sense.
a
That's all we're
doubt.
saying.
guys,
We're not judging what he
guys,
did or what he
yeah,
did not do.
let's leave
Please,
it
Ubi
there.
Franklin, I
Yeah.
want to be like you.
Oh,
see,
you
by the
see,
time
Already
I'm
like him
by
now.
the time I'm
Are they not at
by
the
the
same
time
time?
I'm
He knows what he's
50,
doing.
Guys,
I want to be running around with my daughter on the beach
All
and
right,
like.
guys. We need to go on a
on, man,
quick
that's the
break.
life.
Yeah, we need to go on a quick break. When we return, we'll be bringing you the latest scoop, the latest news, and the latest entertainment headlines. Stay here, right here, and we'll be right back.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
Na 500 naira dey collect am.
If you no talk, dem go beat you.
Na 2,500 I dey pay.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time right here on Plus TV Africa. It's time to continue to get you updated on the major entertainment headlines. And next up is scoop regarding Canada-based Nigerian man who slams singer Simi, says to her that your voice annoys me, you lack exposure and empathy. Okay. All right.
Okay, with this kind of headline that has been given, I would prefer, just that it's unfortunate we can't do that, to read out the whole article.
It's a bit long.
It's a bit long, but he wasn't just talking about her voice and
the empathy.
Her, what would I call it now, exposure or whatever. He was talking about the case of Nigeria, basically, right? Because
that's what he means by her not being exposed, that those are instances that she's probably not aware of.
But
because one of the things he said,
explained his angle when he talks about her voice, not trying to downplay her achievement or the fact that she has fans.
It's not just
that it's not just his thing. And there's so many people that are like that, right? I mean, if the whole Nigeria worships under Simi, she'll probably have more than the followers she has right now. So they're just people you don't enjoy. They're just people you do not like, but then you appreciate their hustle and how far they've come. So I think we should just focus more on the message he tried to pass. You know, that's just how I feel.
Okay, Ife?
Basically, I think this guy made a lot of sense because he also said it's not like it's justifying fraudsters or the actions of fraudsters. But at the end of the day, people come from different backgrounds. He even went as far as saying, okay, when he found out that she went to a private university, meaning she came from a middle class or well-off family, which a lot of people in Nigeria do not even. He even described where you grew up, that when you're cruising down, look towards your left while you're driving through Makoko and look at the slums over there and see if those people have the same opportunities. It spoke about how his own mom died in his arms because he couldn't afford to buy 200 naira Ventolin. He spoke about how he saw a neighbor child die because of sickle cell anemia. And these are things that are actually happening in the country because the healthcare system is terrible. The infrastructure, in fact, I'm done talking about all the things that are terrible in Nigeria. I just think that people need to understand the place where some people come from before. And like Elsie said the last time, she said an idle mind is the devil's workshop. Yeah, because you keep saying their job opportunities, but where are these jobs? We have a lot of unemployed people.
Okay, guys. Elsie, let me just ask, you knew Simi beforehand, I mean, in your social circle, or no? Oh, okay. All right, so I just thought maybe you would know how. The reason why I ask is, regardless of what happened in Simi's life, you know, whether she grew up in a middle-class family or whether she grew up in a rich family, we don't know personally what her own experiences in life are. So we don't know what difficulties she has had to go through. We don't know how she has had to put food on her own table as well. So for him to actually say, you know, Simi is ignorant or doesn't know, you know, what the situation of the country is, I think it's very, very...
No, don't say that.
Yes, I would say that. Allow me to say, I don't think... I think it's very he's judging a book by its cover. He's judging her without knowing where she's coming from. She hasn't come out to tell us her story. And everyone in this country has gone through one financial situation or another. Regardless of whether you have a silver spoon. Please let me make my point. Because whether you've been born with a silver spoon or whether you've been born into money, people go through different experiences that makes them know what's going on in this country. I'm not condemning what Simi said, but at the end of the day, you know, when it comes to jobs, there are so many things. It's just like we're making excuses for girls who go into prostitution. You can sell this. You can do things.
I don't think you read the whole thing because he also addressed the prostitution issue.
I'm saying yes. At the end of the day, if Simi wants to talk about the Yahoo guys, let her talk about it. It's true.
And then it's did you read the whole thread?
This is not just about the Yahoo guys, and I beg to differ. You're saying because she probably has her own level of struggle in Nigeria, that she understands what people are going through with the state of the nation.
No, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that she has the right to say that is what she wants to do. And I'm saying just because she has done that, everyone is bashing her. And hold on. Everyone, because I saw, in fact, a lot of people are still commenting on some of her thoughts on Yahoo. And I'm like, seriously, or the Yahoo. And it's like everyone's trying to condone it. I don't condone it. And I'm not saying everyone should.
I was going to respond for what I heard you say, but now you said you did not say it. So I don't even know where to start from anymore.
Because
right?
I don't
the
condone
thing
the Yahoo
is,
thing.
we are not condoning it, right? Simi doesn't condone it. This man, I'm sorry, I don't know his name. He also doesn't condone it.
Yes.
I read that article, right?
Yeah.
I think he was very clear when he said he's not a hater. He doesn't hate Simi. He's not coming after her because of what she said. But he's trying to say what we said the other day. Let us, if you're trying to solve an issue, find the root cause of that issue. Don't just come and attack people that are reacting to the seed you planted and then hope that you're going to make any change. It doesn't work like that. So if you're saying people are becoming fraudsters, youths are not doing anything, is there a job? Can the government beat their chest now and come out and tell us this number of jobs are available? What I'm saying is that, sorry, Elsie,
let me just quickly chip in there. What I'm saying is that why rely on the government? You have your own, self to be responsible.
You can't say that in Nigeria.
No, because even people elsewhere don't rely on their government. There are lots of people like in abroad where they collect money on a regular basis.
Do you understand what it means to rely on your government? It means that your government is supposed to provide the basic amenities you need.
Yes, which is food, shelter, and water, not jobs.
You did let me job. I was going to say provide opportunities. Now, even if you want to stop at food, shelter, and water, let me start from me, right? Do I have it? Is the government providing that for me? I provide it for myself.
That's what I'm saying.
So
you're helping yourself.
The fact that I'm helping myself does not mean that is how it is supposed to be.
Yes, okay.
So you need to acknowledge that.
No.
And
I'm not acknowledging
make them
that.
understand
but if he's really laughing, I want to give him an opportunity to say one or two things.
This is beating a dead horse, so I'm done. I'm not saying a word anymore. This is just beating
All right,
a dead
so
horse.
maybe Elsie, you want to finish your point because... Or
I'll just say go back. Read what
I
have read it. I understood it. What I'm saying is that you guys are blaming, you're saying the government
understand it, and also understand that there are so many people who are not connected to the reality of this country. I wouldn't even say I understand all the realities, because there are some things, there's some research, there are some projects I get on, and I almost want to shed it
what
here.
slum in Lagos have you been to?
Are these people
What
in
slum in
Nigeria?
Lagos have you been
Sorry,
to?
before we move on,
have you been to any slum?
Remember when?
We need to go on break.
Have you been to any slum? Please don't avoid this question. Have you been to
Let's
any
try
slum?
and come back to it. I'll try and answer your question when we come back.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go on a quick break right now. When we come back, we'll have time for just one more story, and I'll also come back to what Ife said. It's the latest twist on R.kelly saga. We'll be talking about that also right after this break. Don't miss it. We'll be right back in a moment or two. You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can't leave here.
My real names are Akbofyofobo, Akborubomemere.
I think my father is a comedian, because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom, them girls out there. So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you are my younger brother.
Age is nothing but a number. Well, I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere.
It feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can.
Thank you.
Welcome back. We're supposed to be discussing R.kelly. We will discuss that, but just before the break, if it was asking me a question, you still want me to answer?
Yes, please.
Or you want us to move forward? What was your question? Let me answer you.
Have you been to any slum?
Of course, I have been to a slum. Come on. There's so many slums in Nigeria. Oh, seriously.
There's so many slums in Nigeria.
Yes, because when I first...
Did you
especially
sympathize with the living condition of those people?
Must I sympathize with them?
Did you have empathy for them?
Yes, I have total empathy for them.
Okay, great.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that those people do not rely on the government to survive. They still go by their own and survive. You know, you don't rely on the government.
Your name, first of all, is Tokumbo.
So,
you lived in a better society. You grew up in a better society. So please do not come and talk to us about this on this table.
Okay, so while we're doing this, before we move to the next
what I'm saying is that you're not relying on government.
I would like to tell the government, anyone listening, to as much as we're trying to have a finer Lagos, a better Lagos, Lagos is looking like whatever, I think they need to start from these slums right now. Like, they need to go there and do something. I don't want to believe that nothing can be done. So if a Lagos state that wants to be the center of excellence and trying to be the mega city in 20 watts, they need to go back to those areas and make sure they do something. That's all I have to say.
All right, thank you very much, Elsie. All right, moving on to our next story. We're discussing R.kelly. There's a third case against the singer as the feds turn up the heat over an alleged sex trafficking case. Okay, so this is really, really quite interesting because there are 2 other cases outstanding on his case, and then he's like on a 10-count charge at the moment, and there's so many departments that are interested in some of the activities that he's currently going through, like the different U.S. attorneys, the office for the U.S. attorney, they have different districts that are actually looking into the different cases. So apparently this recent one is the Northern Office of Illinois, I think the Northern District of Office of Illinois. Yeah, I think that's the one that is currently looking into this, and they're looking at sex trafficking as the case. Apparently, they've been contacting all of R.kelly's close associates. Apparently, they are all interconnected in one way or another to do with this sex trafficking, and that they've been like looking to get all of the information with utmost urgency from some of the reports that I read. What are your initial reactions about the story, a third case with R.kelly?
I think even if they can pursue one case and win it, then progress has been made. But this springing up different investigations, and we are not sure of where the initial ones have gotten to. It's just too much everywhere. So I'll just hope that they pursue one and actually get justice
before
if he
others
has done this thing before springing up trafficking. Like, trafficking is a whole ball game entirely.
Entirely,
right?
I'm like, seriously.
Can they try to win this other two? Pursue
beforehand.
it, and let's see where we're going to.
All right, Ife, we haven't got long, so let me let you give your thoughts.
I'm just going to watch the space
and see how it turns out. Okay. All right. Elsie, do you want to say more then in that case? Okay. All right. So what's also baffling is, like you say, you know, they've not even finished one, so there's a third one, and apparently there's going to be a fourth one regarding the Homeland Security, who are saying they're looking into human trafficking. Human trafficking and sex trafficking, some people say are interchangeable, you know, can be used interchangeably. So I don't understand why another department will be looking into human trafficking when a sex trafficking case is already being investigated. So there's so many things. So, like you say, I think they should finish one first before they move on to the next. I also saw a report regarding, I don't know how true this is.
How much he has left?
Yes, you saw that as well. $600 and something left in his account. So I'm like, seriously, that he's just getting it left, right, and center.
Except he's keeping his money in cash as an alleged human trafficker. I don't know. But $650.
Anyway, with all of those stories, you're now up to date on the biggest entertainment stories this morning. But we're back later this afternoon for more tea and more stories, definitely. Until then, a big thank you to my colleagues in the studio, Elsie Godwin and Ife Oshunkeye. And I can't leave out the entire production team, as well as our stylist, Kutis Empire, and Liz Harrison. I'm Tokumbo Taiwo saying thanks for watching. And as they say in Espanol, hasta luego, hasta mañana.